Yo, what's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, episode 184 of the SNA podcast, the Wrestling News Part 70, where Super Ninja Austin is going to talk about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from the Wrestle Zone article on December 19th, 2023. And we're going to start off today with some AEW's tentative plans for Mercedes Moné no longer active. And it says a new report provides an update. A news report provides an update on Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné is a free agent, and she has been out of action with an ankle injury since May. She appeared in the crowd at AEW All In, and she resumed in-ring training in November. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful via Fightful Select reports that when Moné appeared at AEW All In, there was a tentative plan for her to work with the company once she returned. However, Sapp writes that sources said at the beginning of December that these plans were no longer active. Additionally, it was noted that the two sides are far apart on terms. However, it is important to note that this does not mean the door is closed. There is no word on whether she was ever set to debut. Buzz about Moné coming to AEW picked up around AEW Grand Slam, but Sapp writes that AEW shut that down as they did not want to have her appear again while she was still injured. Is that update on Mercedes Moné in WWE as well. NJPW's Rocky Romero has said he was hopeful Moné could resume talks with NJPW/Stardom, and NJPW wanted her back. Sapp also clarified that Moné is not signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and there is no word on potential talks between her and WWE. He wrote that WWE plans to renew talks with multiple free agents after the new year begins, but it is not known whether Moné is one of them. Sapp also dismissed rumors that WWE creative was told to come up with ideas for Moné's return. Additionally, oh, thank you, Birdie Bird. You're very sweet. You want Uncle Julian to open it Uncle Super Ninja Austin to open them?
Wow. For
I'll have this after I talk about this wrestling news story. Additionally, Sapp writes that WWE has previously indicated interest in bringing Monet back. Uh, it's a fly? Thank you. And thanks for helping Uncle Super Ninja Austin. But anyways, let's who was it? He said, but that is not new. It is also important to note that the update on her standing with AEW does not inherently mean she will return to WWE. But what's your thoughts on that? Do you think the former eight-time WWE Women's Champion and former IWGP Women's Champion is going to continue her working wrestling duties with New Japan Pro Wrestling? Or do you think this could be all just a ruse and she'll be most definitely will be making her AEW debut in any time in 2024? Or do you think she will make her return to WWE? Let me know down in the comments below. But I think that, despite this, she's not under contract with New Japan no more, but she could make her debut on AEW in 2024. Even if it's short term, and I'll say she could make a return to New Japan, win the New Japan Strong Women's Championship, and then even if she came back for the Royal Rumble, it could be a one-off appearance by January 2024, because she did say she would make her return at a Cameo live stream, that she's gonna make a return in the ring, wherever company it may be. Or she can even she can make her debut. Okay, I'm doing it, Trey. I'm just trying to talk about Mercedes Monet, about where she could be at. She could be in WWE, TNA, or New Japan Pro Wrestling, Birdie. I'm doing. Stay right here, Birdie. Uncle Julian's gonna do. But yeah, she can go the TNA Impact with even be in matches with with her best friend Trinity. I'll just say Trinity. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments what company she's gonna be signing with. Which I'm not sure she'll return sign back with WWE unless it's some kind of a one-off Royal Rumble appearance. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Okay, Birdie Bird. See, Uncle SNA's doing it. Uncle SNA used to have these all the time when he was younger too. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Need some Scott D'Amore news from TNA now. Okay, one more. Anyway, Scott D'Amore teases a big signing for TNA. Says it will shake things up. Scott D'Amore and TNA Wrestling are teasing that something big is in store for TNA Hard to Kill. TNA Hard to Kill will be a special show. It will be their first pay-per-view of the new year and marked the return of the TNA name. And branding the company is loaded up the card, and now it appears that fans expect a major surprise at the show. Speaking on the Busted Open Radio, Scott Demore stated that they are at the goal line of finalizing what he believes to be the biggest signings in TNA. He stated that it would shake things up. Andrew Thompson, of Post Wrestling, for the transcription, description, for the transcription, and Scott said, we are right there at the goal line of finalizing one of of I think the biggest signings in TNA. Scott Demore said, I think it's something that's really gonna shake things up here in January 13th. Okay, thank you very much, Birdie Bird. If you've been out there and saying, "Oh, I'm looking to see some things are different," I think we're giving you a lot. I think Kushida, Vikingo, I think being at the at the peel peel there, like at the palm, I I think someone who we have in store for you that night is gonna blow your socks off. TNA world will worlds will collide at Hard to Kill. The company followed up followed up Demore's comment by taking to social media. They posted that Worlds Collide on January 13th, or Worlds Will Collide. Was it Worlds? Worlds Will Collide on January 13th, and you won't believe who is showing up. And one of them names will be AEWL Hijo del Vikingo is set to compete at the show. Additionally, Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay have already been announced for the TNA Snake Eyes taping on January 14th. And what's your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? And also Scott Demore's comments on saying about what's in store for TNA, and things are shaking up, and the worlds will really will collide. And do you think that it's gonna be a big show for 2024, at least in TNA's side of things? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Next up, we got some women's wrestling wrap-up news, but with WWE's new women's tag team champions. Thunder Rosa returns. Sa- Sapphire Reed interview, and much more. Got plenty of more women's news now on uh on this on this article from WrestleZone. Like the WWE crowned new women's tag team champions. Three matches were announced for the WWE Day One edition of WWE's Raw. All Elite Wrestling confirms Thunder Rosa's return match. And Sapphire Reed chats with WrestleZone and much more. First off, we're going to talk about the Women's Tag Team Champions in the wakes of Sonya Deville's uh, old, un, like untimely on Sonya Deville's untimely ACL injury over the summer. Chelsea Green was tasked with with tasked with finding a new tag team partner to fill the void. Luckily, it didn't take long for Green to secure a suitable replacement as Piper Niven like, assert, assertively step up to a become become a co WWE Women's Tag Team Champion along with her since officially beginning their reign in August. Niven and Green successfully defended the titles against the likes of Chase U, Thea Hale, and JC Jane, and even Natalia and Tegan Knox. Memberly, and respectively, I should say. During last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, the duo met their next challenger, which is Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Carter and Chance previously defeated three other tag teams to earn themselves this title shot. Unfortunately, Green and Niven, this contest didn't end quite as they had hoped. Toward toward the con, Towards the conclusion of the title match, Green attempted uh, to nail Chance with her signature unprettier, a a move that Chance countered into a lung blower, countered like a move that Chance counters into a lung blower with Niven uh, positioned like on the outside of the ring. Chance and Carter then double teamed Green to deliver their tag team finishing maneuver, the After Party, securing themselves a pinfall in the process. As a result, Chance and Carter were crowned as the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. Like and s- and and elsewhere on the show, like WWE announced three women's women's matches in matches. Three women's matches in at the day one pay per view. Not pay per view. Wasn't pay per. The day one edition of Raw. My apologies, but What's your thoughts on the new women's tag team champions, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, which I would say it was perhaps the perfect title women's title change that I've ever seen WWE do. Like when it came to new women's tag team champions, I'll say like it was absolutely perfect. Like I mean, I've seen other perfect women's tag team championship match, which I can't talk about here at the moment. But yeah, I'll say maybe this comes in the second, in my opinion. But anyways, let's move. Elsewhere, they talked about 3 announced women's matches for for the upcoming day one edition of Raw, which will take place in on January 1st, which will be the next time I will do a Raw review, by the way. My 20th review, I should say, which will be the day one edition. The New Year's day one edition, I should call it. But coming off a victory against Maxine Dupree last week, the WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley will soon defend her women's title against the recent Raw arrival, Ivy Nile, while Natalia and Tegan Knox also takes on the newly minted team of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. After weeks of brawling physically and verbally, uh, Becky Lynch will also meet Nia Jax in what will be the two's first ever singles match, like on the main roster, or even at all. I would say because I don't remember hearing anything about them having at least a one-on-one match. So I would say this is a very interesting match as well. I'll say very promising. I should say, yeah, very much of a promising match if I'm being very clear. Yeah. Like promising and like unusually I would say dream, but unusually a match that should have happened like a few years ago. But now it's happening and WWE's making up the mistake. But also and yeah, also you can also read about Freddie Prinze Jr.'s opinion on Chelsea Green is with her making the most of her opportunities. You can check that on here, just like on Sportskeeda. Yeah, it was Sportskeeda that I talk about this. But let's continue, move on to the next. But what's your thoughts on Nia Jax versus Becky Lynch? Who do you think's gonna win? Which, if y'all haven't already guessed already, I would say I'm assuming it is clearly Nia Jax. And not Nia Jax. What I'm talking about, the great one's gonna be pissed off with me for saying that. But anyways, Becky Lynch. It's Becky. I think it's gonna be Becky, on my opinion. And next up, we got some Return of Thunder Rosa. Where now you got the Return of Thunder Rosa because last Saturday, the former AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa returned to her position behind the Spanish announce desk to provide commentary for uh, AEW Collision that would be Rosa's only appearance on the show through though as she later rescued Abaddon from an ongoing attack in the ring following a dominant victory against Jasmine Allure. Abaddon was greeted by the current TBS champion Julia Hart when when Hart began taunting Abaddon with her title, Abaddon charged at her, uh, unloading a, fl- a flurry of punches to her face. Sky Blue then made her way down to the ring where she and Hart teamed up and to take down Abaddon. Luckily for Abaddon, Thunder Rosa provided some assistance as she charged to the ring to even the odds against Blue and Hart, more like Sky Black now. Now, after a 6-month absence, Thunder Rosa will return to in-ring action as she and Abaddon face Sky Blue and Julia Hart in a tag team match on the December 23rd episode of AEW Collision, which is this Saturday, of course. An emotional comeback, AEW comeback, when discussing her recent comeback on Busted Open Radio, Rosa admitted that she was slightly nervous, fightful for like like reported like posted by Fightful for the transcription, of course. But Rosa said, I was a little bit worried about watching the jump, like Rosa said. I was a little nervous because it's been 500 days and so much has happened during that time. There has been so much change in the women's division. The new people, the new stars have risen. I was in the background for a long time. It was hard in the beginning to take that step. I learned it was important to take that role and learn about everyone in the ring. So when it become my moment, people were going to know when I was coming back. People kept asking, "When are you coming back?" And as I say, everyone is going to know when I'm coming back. Despite the nerves surrounding her return, Rosa asserts like that she is ready to get back into the action and showcase the the talents she knows she has, even even though I was afraid and had abouts. I mean, not bouts, doubts, have doubts. I never doubted myself. She also said like I never had doubts like myself that I still had it had it had it. I stopped listening to people who don't like me and don't want me to be successful, Rosa said. And what's your thoughts on Rosa's comments? And despite what haters think, she'll do what she loves, what she always desire of doing, which she's been doing from the past decade, I believe, like if not over a decade of being in the industry. And also, what's your and and yeah, despite her nerves or despite her being nervous and also and being worried about like she gonna mess up something in her return. She made a impressive return, like and like for over a year. of her in-ring return, we're going to finally get to see her this Saturday, team with Abaddon against Sky Blue and Julia Hart, the current TBS champion, of course, at this Saturday's Collision. And who you think is going to win that bout, which y'all probably would guess it has to be Thunder Rosa because she needs a win after a long year of her return. Like, it wouldn't make any sense for her to lose. Like, unless she got screwed out of the match and they can lead up into another match down the line. We could do that like we could do a storyline like that. But at the same but also it should be I would say Thunder Rosa should get this win. And to make more to regain some momentum that she used to have in AEW, of course, inside the ring, of course. But anyways, we got some okay, we got some. We're gonna read more about Thunder Rosa. She talks about her return and admits she felt nervous. No. No, I already said that. My bad. We're going to talk about interviews. About an interview with Sci-Fi Reed saying pro wrestling. Like it says, Pro Wrestling Eve champion. Interview with Pro Wrestling, the current pro. She spoke to WrestleZone's Ella J. About winning the 2023. She won at Eve working with uh, with 20 with 23-year veteran Mercedes Martinez. Earlier this year, the origins of rad, the radioactive the radioactive one like moniker like radioactive one moniker her goals for 2024, her friendship with Amira and much more. TNA knockout get get of Gissel Shaw Gissel Shaw Shaw like chatted with WrestleZone managing editor Bill Pritchard, which I thought it was Ella J. Oh, she must have been. It must have been Ella J. Must have posted this article. My apologies, but she talked to Bill Pritchard about Impact rebranding to TNA Wrestling. What excites her most about the new era? Like her favorite match in the company, Impact, supporting the LGBTQ community and its talent, DC's Pennyworth and more. And former NXT UK star Zaya Brookside joined like joined like in and Shamra Sapp of Fightful to discuss her departure from WWE, exploring the free agency market, staying in the United States, being scouted for the Mae Young Classic and more. And we got
I'm fantastic. How about you?
and also there's a Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena appeared on Wrestling Paralysis to Paralysis, I should say, to discuss her title defense against Billy Starks. The AEW Women's Division for forging her connection with Lexi Nair, the history of Ring of Honor, and more. And former Knockouts champion Mickey James joins Gabby AF to talk about running her two all women's pay per view that Goddess is run in WWE SmackDown. Nick Aldis is run as WWE SmackDown General Manager. CM Punk's recent references to her and NXT star Fallon Henley angling for a tag title run with her and more. Which I don't know where's the paragraph for these articles, but we're gonna talk about what exactly what's been said about. But we're gonna skip to the next one. And what's your thoughts on these news, mostly about the women in all of professional wrestling? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to some more women's news from WWE, and it is the Big Tom Bex and the man herself, Becky Lynch. Like Becky Lynch, like WWE is where it's with her saying WWE is where I will retire. It's my home. Fans have been buzzing about Becky Lynch's future as her contract is reportedly set to expire in 2024. Speaking on like strutting around Gorilla, Becky Lynch was asked whether it was safe to say she would like to end her career with WWE. She said, "Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely," Becky said. Growing up, WWE is what I watched. It's what I loved. It is the reason I became a pro wrestler. Now, having been in it, I I love it. I love it. I love the people. I love the audience. I love being able to have been an important part of change. And I love that I get to continue to drive that in and that my voice matters in WWE. I feel I feel listened to, and I feel like we have been able to change the landscape of women's wrestling like forever. That feels very special to me. So it's my home. It's kind it's kind of where was where it was born as a pro wrestler in many ways in terms of my influence, and it's where I'll retire. Becky Lynch has been with WWE since 2013. During her time with the company, she has won the women's championship 6 times on the main roster. She is a former NXT Women's Champion and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion as well. Lynch has also won the Women's Royal Rumble match. I think she was the second ever woman to ever win the Women's Royal Rumble, of course. But in headline WrestleMania 35, Lynch is set to face Nia Jax on January 1st, a day one edition of Monday Night Raw. And what's your thoughts on Becky Lynch being a mainstay for WWE? Do you think she's going to stay in the company until retirement? Y'all let me know down in the comments below, which I believe she will because she's continuing to be known as the well-established and number one star in the company. Even main event and occasional shows of WWE. Okay, I'll charge it up for mommy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Super Ninja Austin's pleasure. Uncle Super Ninja Austin. Y'all heard me say Uncle Super Ninja Austin. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments section right down below. And we're gonna move on to the next one. And we got some report that Charlotte Flair like re like Flair believed to have re-signed with WWE. Charlotte Flair is reportedly set to stay with WWE as well for the foreseeable future. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful via Fightful Select reports that Shaw Flair and WWE agreed to a contract extension that will keep her in the company for years to come. The exact length is unclear. Per Sapp, Shaw Flair's deal was the first extension Fightful had heard of since the TKO merger. The two sides reached the deal before Dominic and Rey Mysterio re-signed with the company. Sapp also writes that he has heard it is a huge money increase, and one of the highest paid deals for a woman in WWE history. Additionally, like I at I additionally a travel bus was included in the new deal. It says Shaw Flair went down with an injury on the December 8th episode of WWE Friday Night SmackDown. It was later reported that she tore her ACL and MCL, and and men and meniscus. She is set to have surgery that will keep her sidelined for 9 months. Flair signed a developmental deal in 2012, and she has been with the company ever since. She is a 13-time women's champion, in the main roster. Where was I? Damn, we missed. Well, a two-time NXT Women's Champion, make her 15, and a former Divas Champion. They say Flair is also former Women's Tag Team Champion alongside Asuka, and she has won the Women's Royal Rumble in 2020 as well. But what's your thoughts on Shaw Flair being reported that she resigned a new deal with WWE, which is going to keep her around for many more years to come? Okay, she's going to stay until retirement, just like her four horsewoman frenemy, Becky Lynch. And what's your thoughts on both of these women of being mainstayers in WWE? Whatever women that may stay or may go, they're going to be the ones that's going to stay until retirement, in their pro wrestling careers in WWE. And do you think she's going to beat her father's record while she's going to be in WWE for many more years? Which I believe she will. Her and Randy Orton are the top two candidates that are on top, that are active superstars that could beat Flair's father's record, Ric Flair's 16 reigns as champion. But we're going to move on to the next one, and it is we got some MLW news now. It's very rare to have an MLW news, but it's Tapide death match announced for MLW Kings of Coliseum, Colosseum. Yeah, that's what I would say. It's a Ricky Shane page, in Akira, will wage war at MLW Kings of Colosseum. Major League Wrestling has announced that Ricky Shane page will put the MLW National Openweight Championship, which I believe they got openweight from a certain Japanese promotion. I'm just joking, but anyways, on the line against Kira in a tape in a tape in a tape. I'll say a tape pot. I'll say a tape death match. I should say, tape death match on January 6th. This will be the first tape death match in MLW history. The former stablemates, in the calling, will clash at MLW's first show of the new year. and the announcement then noted that they had to sign waivers to protect Major League from legal consequences. In the in the wake of the in the wake of the match what is a and then before we continue, it says, what is a tape-on match, we may ask. A a a tape a tape-on a tape a tape-on death match is a var a variation on a hardcore match. The the competitors' hands are uh, taped up, are taped up and and co- and covered in glue and uh, gl- uh, are taped up and covered with glue and crushed glass crushed glass, allowing their fist fists in the in the shared or the shards of glass to be used legally in the match. And, during a, a past live stream on the Impact Wrestling YouTube channel, Sammy Callahan pitched pitched doing a tape pod death match against Steve Macklin. Like, but we but the Iron Man Monsters Ball no DQ or other. To be honest, I want the like this. Or should I say? Let me reread this. It said it's Callahan said the Iron Man Monsters Ball no DQ or other. To be honest, I want to have a tape pod pie match, death match, I should say, with Steve Macklin. I don't think that's ever happened on a huge national scale, and I want to cut him up. I think it's time to see Macklin bleed. He wants to act like he's all all tough. I'm the type of guy, I bleed for a living. I bled before Callahan started. I mean, before I bled before. Callahan stated. Callahan stated, has Macklin ever tasted his own blood? Because I have. Which I'm not sure if that's something to brag about, but yeah, that make you extremely hardcore, of course, though. But it says, but yeah, coincidentally, Callahan is competing at Kings of Coliseum, and it said, but it's not appear that he'll be on the live broadcast. However, Callahan will be in action against uh, Satoshi to Kojima, yeah, Kojima, Satoshi Kojima, in a Fusion TV taping match, and it says the the following matches have been confirmed for MLW Kings of Coliseum, with the MLW World Heavyweight Championship will be defended by the champion himself, Alex Kane, taking on Richard Holiday, uh, with with Saint Laurent in his corner. We have You had the Tay-Pot death match for the MLW National Openweight Championship with where Ricky Shane Page, the champion, defends against Akira, and then we got the world featherweight champion, featherweight champion Janai Kai, the champion presented by Selena De La Renta, taking on Hyper Misael. Yeah, Hyper Misael. We have Love is Blind, Love is Blindfold match. Uh, match like with Love Doug taking on Brett Ryan. Go Gosselin, yeah. And who do you think's gonna win for those MLW fans out here that's watching my SNA podcast? And who do you think's gonna win and who's gonna walk out as the respective champions and the victor as well? And do you think this is gonna be a great show for MLW's for this? Do you think this event's gonna be really great for MLW and their fans? And do you think they're gonna get some high numbers for matches like these? Only time will tell. And let me know down in the comments what you thought of MLW. Even though I'm not really a MLW fanatic, but and also what's your thoughts on Sami Calliham's comments about he wanted to do a death match and do it to Steve Macklin and make him taste his own blood as well, which I'm not sure if it's a great idea to do, but yeah, it's what he wants, so I'm gonna let him to decide on how he would like to do the match. But let's move on to the next wrestling news, and it is and up next we got some Brian Myers news now. Something wrong with WrestleZone at the moment. Let's see if I could. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to go to Sportster right now and finish the wrestling news. And it's MJF's relationship with Cody Rhodes is so important. It says there were rivals in AEW, but Cody and MJF have expressed their respects for each other in multiple interviews. MJF's career was launched thanks to a direct message he sent to Cody Rhodes, which led to opportunities in both WWE and AEW. Despite their on-screen rivalry, MJF revealed uh, genuine respect for Cody Rhodes as a businessman and expressed that willingness to seek his counsel. MJF showed sportsmanship and commented and co- and commanded. Here you go, Birdie Bird.
I'm gonna charge it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, I commanded Cody Rhodes on his move to WWE, highlighting his transformation and a top match performance at WrestleMania 38. Cody Rhodes believes MJF has potential in WWE and is proud of his progress. In professional wrestling, the alliance the professional wrestling alliances and conflicts often like transcend of the ring, waving intra and intrastate interstate tales of cam, commentary commentary and rivalry. One such captivating narrative unfolds. I believe Cody Rhodes and MJF, a duo whose on-screen rivalry in AEW veils a complex like off-screen connection from a unexpected entry into the spotlight to an unforeseen leap to WWE. The dynamics between these two have left fans questioning the boundaries between scripted drama and genuine cam, cama, camaraderie, camaraderie, com, camaraderies, camaraderie as a camaraderie of as we delve into their relationship, a detailed mentorship manual, respect, and unexpected twists emerge. MJF gave, Cody Rhodes gave MJF big break. The saga begins like with a unexpected connection, directs like messages to like direct to MJF sent MJF sent by MJF to Cody Rhodes a plea for an opportunity that would uh, would all would alter the course of MJF's career in can a candid interview with the ringer. MJF lifted the veil on on this per, pivotal moment. He recounted by saying I held my breath and I sent a DM to Cody Rhodes. I said, look, you don't owe me sugar honey iced tea. Matter of fact, you might you might not even know who this is messaging you, but all I need is an opportunity, and I promise you won't be disappointed. And because of that show, the first ever All In, I have more eyes on me than I ever had in my entire career. And I was offered a contract from both WWE and AEW. Realistically, I don't think MJF is a thing without Cody, and that's just an effing fact. And as in any scripted industry, main maintaining the illusion of animosity is part of the job. Revelation in in March 2022, during a appearance on Ariel Hawani's show, where he said he's not exactly friends with Cody Rhodes, and talked about beating him in in the ring adds another layer to their relationship while hinting at a potential heat. MJF also underscored his respect for Cody Rhodes as a businessman. Wrestling wrestling fans saw this more as him offered offered a glimpse into the genuine nature of their bond. Despite the storyline animosity, he expressed like a said wrestling fans saw this as him in a character than a real life heat for Cody Rhodes. In October 2022, during an interview with Sam Roberts, like MJF uh, offered a glimpse into the genuine nature of their bond. Despite the storyline animosity, he expressed that willingness of to seek Cody Rhodes counsel in phrasing that he would still call Cody for a second option if needed due to Cody's great insight. What's your thoughts on that about Cody Rhodes him having this huge friendship with the American Nightmare? And do you think MJF is going to be in the ring with Cody again? And him. And what's your thoughts on this story, wrestling news story? And do you think that he joined him in WWE one day? And do you think it's just he just respects him as just a businessman, or do he or do you think that he's really friends with him? He's just playing it as a character, was a dastardly heel at the time. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We got Liv Morgan's like like Liv Morgan's arrest story of everything we know about this WWE star's future. And it says right here, Liv Morgan suffered a shoulder injury, leading to her absent, from WWE, since July 2023. She is focusing on healing and nutrition, to come back stronger. Liv it's a Liv Morgan was arrested for possession of drugs in Florida, but reports suggest that vape pen might have belonged to someone else. As we talked about on the other news from the other wrestling news site, but on here on Sportster, WWE seems to be understanding and supportive of Liv Morgan with plans for her return in place of potential significant roles at WrestleMania 40. Her fans still love her and believe this is an isolated incident that shouldn't be held against her. Liv Morgan, a vibrant force in WWE, vanished from the spotlight due to an injury in July 2023. However, just as speculation about her return like intent intensified, shocking news emerged in December, like thus thrusting, I should say, her into the harsh glare of of public scrut, scrut, scrutiny, arrest in Florida uh, under expected circumstances, Liv's future hanging in the balance as uh, as the community. Hers is a tale to set back like and re, silence as we try to unravel the uncertain road ahead for Liv Morgan in the world of WWE and her much awaited return to the ring. And what's your thoughts about Liv Morgan's future return into the company? Let me know in the comments down below. And then we're going to move on to the next wrestling news story. And it is. We got the latest on status of more Mercedes Monet news. Let me rephrase that. Latest on status of her potentially signing a big deal. Mercedes Monet is currently exploring her options and has not signed with any wrestling promotion yet. Plans for our collaboration between Monet and AEW fell through due to a difference in terms. WWE may consider bringing Monet back, but there have been no ongoing talks between them at this time. According to Fightful Select, there are new updates the updates labeled more as corrections like on misinformation, like then updates on the status of Mercedes Monet, aka or FKA Sasha Banks, like in where she might land if she signs a new deal with a wrestling promotion. Nothing that she's not set to in stone to sign with anyone just yet. Monet is looking at a few options. Sean Ross Sapp tweeted like, "I'll I'll report what uh, we heard about Mercedes Monet, WWE, AEW, NJP, and NJPW, and correct a lot of incorrect reports and outright lies about the situation." Like the report then goes on to write that during AEW All In, sources with AEW hinted at a potential collaboration with Mercedes Monet once she had recovered formed from her injury. Like, however, she of early December, these plans were reported and no longer are in process with significant. I thought your mommy said no more. Okay.
Open it for me.
Am I supposed to be doing this right now?
Open it. Open it.
I'm pretty sure that your mommy clarified that no more after that last one. Okay.
Hey, bye.
All right. Let's continue this wrestling news report. Where was I? Like once she had recovered like from her injury. However, as of earlier this month in December, these plans were reported as no longer in process with significant differences emerging between the two parties regarding terms to specifics like of these uh, this this is this this part this parties like whatever related to dates like scheduled financial arrangements or booking were not disclosed. And then this is for AEW fans concerned that this might have meant the end of possible deal between the two sides. That's not necessarily the case. Like on the WrestleZone news article, it has not been asserted like that. This development signifies a a, a definitive the closure of a definitive closure of these negotiations or a future col, a collaboration like between Mercedes Monet and AEW. And it says, further to chance like she signs with WWE, it is being said that the company is planning to renew talks with multiple free agents in 2024. It is unclear if Monet is among them. Is WWE interested in bringing her back? Earlier this week, uh, Fightful clarified that they had not heard of any ongoing talks between being Monet and WWE. All they were able to confirm were that working plans for AEW and Mercedes are no longer working plans. It's important to note that being far apart does not necessarily mean WWE is all of a sudden going to sign her. In fact, if the way WWE negotiated with CM Punk is any indication of how they do business, they'll wait until the last minute, and Monet is possibly looking to sign before they bring her in. That is assuming they believe she'll even be a draw. The the big thing about Punk is that he absolutely moves the needle in terms of ticket sales, rating, ratings, and even merchandise. He got net a net a net a network that wasn't likely bid on WWE get back into the bidding is able to do the same. And what's your thoughts on that? Do you think she's gonna so, go back to WWE, or she's gonna go uh, continue working with New Japan, or even go to TNA, like to join her friend Trinity, like I said before, or even AEW, which the which the I believe that'll be the case. She'll be signing with a company that's outside of the company. And even if she did return to Sasha Banks, I would say it'll be for a Royal Rumble appearance, like a one-off, like Mickie James back 2 years ago, when she was allowed to join the Royal Rumble with her being the Impact Women's Knockout Champion. But if they say, well, what if but I bet you all be saying but Super Ninja Austin, what if she wins the Royal Rumble? Well, she'll probably headline WrestleMania, and I'm not sure what to say about that. But I'm not sure if that will happen because she'll probably just make a cameo appearance, just like Mickie James, and she'll be eventually eliminated. Unfortunately for the fans, that'll probably be the case if she does make some kind of WWE return. It'll be like a one-off Royal Rumble appearance. But let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. But yeah, even for not being a part of AEW, I think she's gonna be continuing to work with New Japan and even win the Strong Women's Championship, something that she has failed to do because of her leg injury. Like when she was trying to win to beat Willow Nightingale at Resurgence. But hopefully it could be a totally different result, like when she enters back in New Japan. But they said only if she continues to wrestle there, which she said she's not under a contract with them anymore. She's practically a free agent. So yeah, only time will tell, where she's signed at. I wouldn't doubt where she would be signing at. I wish her the best, but I would say, in a realistic statement, I would say it would definitely be New Japan if she's not going to sign with AEW. She's going to continue to be in NJPW, in my opinion. But let's move on to the next wrestling news. We're finishing off with oh no. Oh no, it's just the top 9 list. Well, I guess we'll end today's video with this, like, from finishing the news from Sportster. Like, hopefully you enjoyed the news and I understand what was wrong with WrestleZone's article at the moment, but yeah, that was your wildest wrestling news, stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from both WrestleZone / Sportster. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and let me know which one of your favorite wrestling news stories out of this list was in the comments down below. And also subscribe, click the bell notification so you can be the first one to know when I upload a new video. And in a few hours from now, I will be doing my wrestling news video, which will be episode 185, I believe, of the NXT review, part 19. The last NXT review I'll be doing on 2023. Make sure you check that out. Also, I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin, on this 184th episode of the SNA podcast of the wrestling news, part 70. And hopefully y'all have a great Tuesday, rest of your day of Tuesday, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, the assassin is out. Bye-bye, my SNA fans.